Okay, here we have when the smaller of two consecutive integers is added to 3 times the larger, the result is equal to 43. When we talk about the consecutive integers, like 1, 2, 3, and so on, if I assume the first integer is x, can somebody tell me what the second one would be equal to in terms of x? Okay, that would be x plus 1, that's correct. And if I want to know the next one after that, would be x plus 2, and so on. So we're assuming the first integer here is x, the smaller one, and the one next to it is x plus 1. So we have to set up the equation here. The smaller of two consecutive integers is added, so we put x plus added to 3 times the larger one. So we write 3 times the larger one, and the larger one is x plus 1. And then it says is means equal to 43. Okay, can I see a check mark next to your name if you all can see how I set this up? On the test, on the final exam, you might see similar problem like that. You might see, instead of consecutive integers, you might see consecutive odd integers or consecutive even integers. Now if I talk about consecutive even integers, so it would be 2, 4, 6, 8. So your assumption would be different. If the first number is x, what would be the second number? Anyone? Would be x plus 2. Very good. And the next one after that would be x plus 4, and so on. If I'm looking at consecutive odd integers, like if I have 1, 3, 5, 7, and so on, if the first integer is x, what would be the second integer in this case? Anyone? It would be the second integer if we're talking about consecutive odd integers. And you're saying x plus 2, that's correct. So the second one would be x plus 2. So the assumptions for consecutive odd or even integers would be the same. The next one would be x plus 4, and so on. Because the difference between two consecutive odd or even integers would be 2. But in this case, we're talking about consecutive integer only. So if the first number is x, the second number would be x plus 1. Here it says you're adding the smaller integer to 3 times the larger one, and this would add up to 43. Now I would like to see a check mark next to your name if you all can follow this. I see a check mark in front of most of your name except let's see, Algebra, do you follow what we're doing? I need a check mark if you can follow. Again, if you don't, you put the X next to your name so we can explain it in some other way. Algebra, you're not responding. Either check mark or X, please. Again, in order to receive credit for these sessions, you need to respond throughout the session. Okay. Are you there, Alejandra? Press. Okay, I don't get any response. So let's solve for x. I want everyone to solve for x and tell me what x is. Give you a few minutes, see who can do that quicker. Okay, I'm going to start solving this. So I'm going to distribute 3x plus 3 is equal to 43. I see a couple answers already. So here we have x plus 3x, that adds up to 4x plus 3 is equal to 43. So 4x is equal to 43 minus 3. So 4x is equal to 40, and x then would be equal to 40 over 4. This is equal to 10, and I see most of you entered your answer already, and actually you were the first one. Very good. Okay, Alexandra, I don't get any response from you still. If you follow all this, can I say check mark next to your name? Alright, so the first number is 10. So if the first number is 10, what would be the second integer then? Second integer would be equal to 11. Very good. Okay, Tasha, you got it first. Very good. So those are the two integers that we're referring to. And that was the one that we had earlier.